evening, my dear guests. Welcome to Nightfalls Nook, where the shadows whisper secrets and the night cradles the unknown. I am your host, the Anomaly, a keeper and guide through the labyrinth of your darkest dreams. Here, in this sanctuary of the macabre, we gather to unravel the threads of fear and fascination. Tonight, I invite you to sit back, relax, and let your imagination dance with the phantoms of the past and the specters of the present. So, light a candle, draw the curtains tight, and prepare yourself for a journey into the eerie and the unexplained. For within these walls, the line between reality and nightmare is but a fleeting illusion. Welcome to Nightfalls Nook. Tonight, I have a tale that promises to weave a spell of intrigue and terror, a story that hails from the lush and enigmatic islands of the Philippines. It is a tale of family, folklore, and a chilling premonition that will leave you feeling headless.
The summer of 2010 was a time of excitement and anticipation as my family and I traveled to our ancestral home in Cebu, an island in the central Visayas region of the Philippines. Cebu, known for its pristine beaches, lively festivals, and rich historical landmarks, is a place steeped in culture and tradition. While Cebu City, the island's capital, buzzes with metropolitan life, our family's home nestled in a quieter, rural part of the province offered a peaceful retreat. Upon our arrival, we were warmly welcomed by aunts, cousins, grandparents, and my uncle Dodong. The tropical air, redolent with the scent of the sea and the sound of familial laughter, enveloped us as we reunited with our loved ones. Our days were filled with sun-kissed beach outings, the turquoise waters and powdery white sands serving as the perfect backdrop for relaxation. Evenings were alive with the vibrant energy of local discos, where the community gathered to dance and celebrate. Riding a carabao, the sturdy water buffalo ubiquitous in the Philippine countryside, added a unique charm to our experience. As the days passed, my cousins regaled me with tales of local folklore. They spoke of the mangkukulam and mambabarang, witches and sorcerers reputed to wield dark, supernatural powers. I was cautioned to avoid eye contact with strangers, especially the elderly, and to return any unexpected pats on the shoulder to thwart potential curses. One evening, as the aroma of freshly cooked noodles and hot dogs filled the air, my cousin prepared a simple breakfast. The house was quiet, save for the soft clinking of utensils and muted conversations. Suddenly, my uncle Dodong stirred from his sleep. He made his way to the bathroom and after a while emerged, bathed and dressed, standing before a mirror to comb his hair. As I glanced at him, an icy shiver ran down my spine when I saw him headless while combing at nothing above his shoulders, while his reflection in the mirror was reflecting the opposite. My scream pierced the stillness of the night, drawing the immediate concern of my family. My grandmother, quick to act, draped a black cloth over my uncle's head and struck him lightly. She insisted that he remove his clothes, which were then hastily burned. She admonished him to remain indoors, warning of impending doom. The night stretched on, fraught with an unsettling silence. Morning brought no solace, as my uncle, disregarding my grandmother's ominous warning, decided to go to church to pray. He dressed meticulously and left the house, his silhouette soon swallowed by the horizon. Hours passed, and an eerie stillness settled over the household until a phone call shattered the quiet. A neighbor's voice, strained and urgent, relayed the tragic news. My uncle had been struck by a 10-wheeler truck, his head crushed upon impact. The days that followed were a blur of grief and disbelief. The vivid image of my headless uncle haunted my dreams, a chilling reminder of that fateful night. Though months have passed, the fear lingers, a spectral presence that I struggle to shake. I often wonder about the unseen forces that roam our world. Their presence felt, but seldom understood, and the thin veil that separates the known from the unknown. As I recount this story, the memories come rushing back with a force that leaves me trembling. It's a tale of family, folklore, and the inexplicable. A story that has forever etched itself into the fabric of my being.
Thank you for joining me tonight, dear guests, as we delved into the chilling tale of the Headless Uncle. A story that reminds us of the thin veil between our world and the supernatural, and the powerful premonitions that can haunt our lives.
Hey, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to drop us a like. That is the best way to support this niche channel. Oh yeah, I am Echo, by the way, and I am part of the Space Logic team. I always forget to introduce myself first. What's up with that? I just asked myself a question, and I also know the answer to it. Yep.
The next story takes us to Malaysia, where a group of friends find themselves learning the dark, unsaid rule. Sometimes the shortest route home is the one you should fear the most.
I live in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I was celebrating Eid Fitr, a Muslim festive season at the time. And 4 of my friends decided to visit each of our hometowns one by one. We've decided to visit my roommate's hometown in Pahang, a northern state. Since it's the festive season, the major highway jam is totally a no-no for us. So we decided to use the longer, narrower, and darker detour on Jalan Karak Lama. Rumors have it that the highway is filled with urban legends and strange accidents in the same particular place. But that's why they call it an urban legend, right? It's just a marketing rumor. So we packed up and started our journey around 2 a.m. We assumed there's gonna be lesser traffic past midnight. For the first hour, everything was alright, except for the fact that there were almost no cars on the road other than ours. Then the weird stuff started happening. All of a sudden, a very dense mist started forming around us. 30 minutes later, light rain began to fall. The driver felt weird because he said he'd been driving the same place over 3 times since it started raining. All tension rose in the car, and we slowed down to figure out what was going on. Out of nowhere, a woman in white appeared, standing still in front of us, facing away. We almost had an accident when she appeared. The driver wasn't focusing on the road during the argument, and he hit the brakes like crazy when he saw her. She just stood there, standing in the middle of the 2-lane road, 4 cars away from us, slightly slouched and shaking her head slowly, and I swore I heard a soft grunting sound. Made my skin crawl just hearing it. By this time, we were speechless. Everybody just watched her. I didn't know what to do at that time, but I felt a sense of dread quenching in my stomach. Something about her was off. Her white dress was slightly torn, her hair was messed up, and I kept wondering what the hell she was doing out here in the rain. Was she hurt? We stared at her for about 2 minutes. No words escaped our mouths until my driver finally said, "Should we help?" He just stopped there. His jaw dropped. The lady in white bent backward slowly, her head still facing the sky. She kept bending backward until I heard her bones crack and her hands reached the ground, but I still couldn't see her face. Her head now shook furiously. Just when my driver was about to say something, that thing looked at us. Her face was human, except that she had sullen black eyes and a very disturbing smile. Oh God, the smile. Slowly, she crawled toward us like a four-legged spider. Her smile was still on, and her grunting grew louder. Suddenly, she stopped crawling and smiling. Her face turned grimmer and angrier. Then, the true horror started. She let out an ear-piercing shriek and jumped towards us like a grasshopper. My driver quickly shifted to drive and drove past her. I could still see her chasing us in the side mirror. Then she just faded away into the dark. All of us remained silent throughout the rest of the journey.
Sweet dreams, darlings.